Hello everybody and welcome to the Quilter's Apothecary. Today we are doing a tutorial on hexagons and how to use our hexagon shapes to make a wonderful medallion. You could either use this medallion in the center of a block, you can use this floating out in space on some of the incredible modern quilts. There's a lot of different ways you could use this. You can even use it stacked in borders, following the border down. So let's go over to the machine and get started. I've chose my spot for my hexagon medallion that we're going to do, and if you notice what I've done is I'm working on a piece that's already been pre-basted, and you can check out the tutorial online on how to pre-baste a piece if you're not going to do the whole thing in one fell swoop. Now I'm going to bring in my hexagon nested rulers, and I've already had a placement spot here, a registration line where I'm going to have them, and what you'll notice is we have the registration marks throughout the nested rulers, but I'm going to tip this over so that we have the brown paper side so we don't get so much shine on the camera. Now, when you get these at home, what you want to do with nested rulers is you always want to peel off the backing, and then you have a nice clear ruler with your etched lines in there. Comes off very easily. So now I place my hexie right on my spot, and I like to go north with the point, south with the point for this particular design. I'm going to go ahead and chalk around the outside, because remember, we don't need a thick ruler with this because we're actually going to use a ditch ruler to go around it, which is why we don't make a series of flat hexagons. Just do nested. That's going to save you a lot of time and money. Okay, so now we have a large hexagon. I'm going to use another ruler because I'm going to make this a little larger than what I normally do for the camera. So I'm going to go out a 1/2 inch and do another 1/2 inch outside of this hexagon. For my next step, I'm going to bring my machine over and treat these lines just like a ditch, and I'm going to go ahead and thicken those lines. So when I come with the machine, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, all the way around on both lines, and that's going to give me a framework for the actual decorative portion of the block design. Forward, 2, and 3, and continue that all the way around. Connect at the bottom, and then do the outer hexagon. Come around, and now we're going to move inside the hexagon shape and do our decorative work. Now that we have our hexagon base, our next step is to divide that space. So I'm going to use a ruler. I'm going to go point to tip, and I'm going to do that all the way around and divide it into a 6-piece pie. 1, 2, 3. Now that we have our base marks in here, I'm going to get rid of everything but the actual Y shape in there. So from tip to the center, I'm going to get rid of that. And then here, up, and here, up, I'm going to get rid of that. So what you're actually getting rid of is your upside down Y. And what you have left is your proper Y. Next, I'm going to go inside each of these 3 diamond shapes, and I'm going to put a 1/4 inch in registration line. Now what we've essentially created is a hollow cube. I'm going to bring the machine over and I'm going to actually do the thick line on the Y as well as the inner diamond shapes inside each of the diamond shapes. We now have a completed base for a hollow cube. Our next step for this particular design is to take our left and right diagonal diamond and go from tip to tip with a cross. The next thing I'm going to do is to come over in these 2 diamond shapes. I'm going to start at the bottom tip, and on the right hand side I am going to go clockwise, and I'm going to do my feather bump over and fill in all of the diamond triangle shapes. And I'm going to feather here all the way around, and then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go counterclockwise. And what's going to happen is they're going to mirror each other the opposite way, and that's going to be a lovely side design. And then we're going to go up here and I'm going to put a diamond shaped feathered wreath in. Now you can use any type of feathers that you want to use. Here I'm using these swing back feathers. Swing around with a loop, backtrack and around. Swing away and back, backtrack and around. I'm in the corner and I'm going to continue to swing around there, using the thick line as my spine all the way around. We have completed our right side and our left side of the cube, and now we're going to go into that top diamond, and I'm going to go point to point again, and then north to south, and now we're going to grab a circle. I have chose the size spine that I want inside that diamond, and I'm going to be using an inside circle, and as you can see I've got my arrow here and across, over and back, and that's going to line up right on those chalk lines to perfectly center. So let's bring our machine over, and then we'll go ahead, we'll open our puzzle piece, get our machine in there, and then we'll quilt our spine for our feathered wreath. Now I'm going to thicken this line so that it pops. Come around, back, 3, come around, back, 3, come around, back, 3, all the way back up, come back down to the side where I like to start, and now I'm going to remove the ruler and begin my inner fronds. Now we're going to complete the inside of the wreath. Swirl back, bump, new frond, and you can refer to the tutorial on feathered wreaths that we have up on YouTube. Go small, bump, new frond. I'm going to work my way around the inside of that circle. Bump, new frond, bump around, bump, new frond. Now I'm going to close up right at the end, bump, new frond, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the outside portion here. Now also, when I do this, I'm actually going to go right up against this straight line with a double bump feather frond. Come around, maybe throw in a vein, backtrack up, double bump right on the line, swing back, vein, double bump, scoop back, vein, double bump, scoop back, double bump up into the tip. I like those double bumps because they go right up into the tip of an odd shape. Around, back, vein, come around, back, vein, come up, double bump, come back, vein, lock my stitches. Now we have a basically finished hollow cube design. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually just going to go ahead and fill in this double echo. Well, there you have it. I hope you've enjoyed our tutorial on how to use one of our wonderful shapes, the hexagon, to create an incredible medallion. We'll see you down the road. Take care of each other and know you're loved.